You studied psychology? I did. I never finished a degree though, because it was too difficult with also studying music. I've thought about going back and finishing a psych degree, but it would literally be useless. It'd be a lot of work for nothing. I'll just stick to reading papers and being smart on a channel where I speedrun Bomberman. That's a weird deck. Yeah, it's weird, but it's what I love. I'm not really looking for work because I already kind of have my dream job. I play video game music somehow. Somehow that's a job. A doctorate level psych degree. I mean, I guess, but like, what am I trying to do with it? You know? Getting a psych degree sets you up for what exactly? Being a psychologist? There was a time I wanted to be a clinical psychologist, but I feel like I'd be very susceptible to, it's like compassion burnout, compassion fatigue. Thank you. That's what I would be very, very susceptible to compassion fatigue. And I would hate to have that effect on my clients. Plus, I feel like it's a job that, though it'll be very fulfilling, it would be very sad. It would be very difficult. Maybe if I ever felt like my current job isn't fulfilling, because I feel like in a weird way, I fill a need, you know? Like, I know for you guys, it's probably obvious because you guys go through shit and either my streams or my music probably help you. But for me, I'm sitting over here like, I just fucking like playing the music and playing the video game. Do you think you can handle other people's emotion? I can, but I think a big part of it is having to deal with it on a constant basis would make it harder for me to really kind of cue into the amount of empathy that would be required of me to be the best possible care provider for that person. I'd be very like proud of what I did and feel like what I was doing was fulfilling and helping people, but the effect it would have on my mood would be hard to, I think there's just a point at which I would kind of feel like I'm like, okay, I need to do a job that makes me more happy. Or something. Yeah, I get drained very quickly, yeah. Like, I feel like I have a pretty high pain tolerance, but I wonder how much of that is I just can adapt very quickly. And by adapting very quickly, I think that's bad, you know, for something like that. I think you would have to, you have to be very resilient with your emotions to be able to fight compassion fatigue. I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world if you know, I don't think you're a bad clinical psychologist because you would have that. But the other thing is you don't even need a degree to be a clinical psychologist. It fucking helps, but like there's like a whole other system, you know, that I think you have to like apply for and stuff. And I think it's different depending on where you're from and stuff like that. So like part of it was just like if that's even what I wanted to do, I wouldn't even put all my eggs in the I need a psych degree basket. So recently my mom said she's going to kick me out for being vaccinated and trans. Any advice? Yeah, you're better off finding literally anywhere else other than that as long as you can provide your basic needs. I'm pretty sure you could probably, it's just tough because you don't want to be in a system for that. Because I'd say you could probably just call somebody to help. Is there somebody in your family that can take you? I can't live anywhere since no money and no family. I'm 19. Well, 19, you don't need to be emancipated depending on your country. So I would say, your friends. Like what I'd do is like anybody that can and is willing to house you, I would say definitely lean into that and try to start saving up money to get your own place and stuff. It definitely sucks when parents put their beliefs over the well-being of their children. Called me a Satanist for being trans. Well, I think there's a point at which you can't convince them wrong, you know, and you'll just have to move on. I think one of the biggest lies that family will tell you is that you'll always have family, you know. You try to convince her, no, it sounds like she's probably beyond convincing. There's only so much you can do. I mean, I would say you're very lucky that you're not like 16 and you're like, you would have to be like emancipated or call like a child services kind of a thing. There's nothing wrong with being a Satanist, but if you're not a Satanist and people call you a Satanist as a disparaging thing, there's something wrong with that. Some people might think it's wrong to be a Satanist, but I think modern day Satanism is like weird. It's like Satanism isn't like, it's almost like more anti-Christian, you know, and just kind of like being like, we wish to be hedonistic or whatever, you know, rather than do all of these things and have all of these morals just for a god and just have them for ourselves, you know, and stuff like that. But I don't think there's a lot of Satanists that just like are like, yeah, like I hope to be like Satan, you know, I don't know. Because they had that Satanist thing in Arizona. Seems better than Christianity, if I'm being honest. Well, I mean, every fucking religion has a you know, it can be questioned. Yeah, it's questionable. Should we question somebody who's a Satanist more than somebody who is a Christian? I don't know. Maybe we should just not judge and let everybody be on their spiritual path, as long as they're not hurting somebody or themselves. I don't like questioning. Yeah, me neither. What is it, the Spanish Inquisition? Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Means that the connections you share with people you've gone through shit together with can be even stronger and more meaningful than the ones you have with family. I love that. That's awesome. I definitely think you have the best insurance policy with family. That's for sure. But you shouldn't feel like it's either family or death, you know? I think it's important to have an understanding that people lead very happy lives without family involved. Obligated? Abusive parents will always use that. And they'll always be like, you can't run away or whatever. Like, you know, we're family. You're stuck with me. You know, it's just like, okay. Mom is super abusive. It's not hard to abuse, and it's even harder it's way harder to accept that you are abusive. She's beaten me and mentally fucked with me. You, sir or madam or otherwise, should see a therapist. Highly recommend getting professional help. I'm madam. Very good. You, madam, would very much benefit from good therapy. I can afford it. Depending on where you're from, there might be ways to be able to afford it. It's not the best in America, but it's possible still. First step is definitely find somebody who will let you stay with them, for sure. I'm on hormones, even though I'm not yet. Hormones are reversible. That's what I don't think a lot of people who are very closed-minded about the transition of being trans. She said, I'm mutilating my body. She probably says with a fucking double burger from McDonald's that's like 90% fucking mystery meat and 10% animal factory farming bullshit that's gonna give her a heart disease. Everybody always is so quick to fucking call out somebody else on their shit while they have shit with them. It's just, some people are just not responsible, you know, and you can't expect everybody to be, you know. Oh, that bomb went in the water. So I just played victim. Yeah. Well, I think this just goes for everybody. Like, I think at the end of the day, you have to live your life. And that's not to say that you don't have a responsibility to your parents. I think if that responsibility is mutual, like I look to a lot of people who are kind of just stuck taking care of their mom or whatever. How do you think it makes me feel? You're selfish? Yeah, you are, and you should be. The only person you owe anything to is yourself. So be selfish. Don't be a dick about it, but do what you need to do. Goober Boy, I think you're going to be in a long process of having to learn to forgive your mother, but you're not even close to starting that process yet. I would just work on yourself right now. You don't have to condone your mom's actions to be able to forgive her, but I will say that it'll be a lot easier when you do. But again, I think you should see a professional. Definitely figure out yourself. Figure out how you can get a roof over your head, food in your body, and maybe a little bit of money, get a job, stuff like that. I'm still never speaking to her again. You don't have to. That's fine. I think you should see a professional because, like, to be fair, like, we are only hearing one side of the story, and you could be 100% correct, you know? But I think the best thing to do is to see a professional to work on you specifically, because that's all you should be responsible for. Yeah, you can definitely, yeah, that's very wise, Becky. You can still forgive without actually communicating with them. You forgive for yourself. You don't forgive for others. I think there's a lot of people who've been in your situation, especially now. People think that, like, this whole trans thing is, like, a fad, you know? Even when it is, it's pretty clear that, like, I mean, it's painful. It's hard to go through, you know? And it's not a cakewalk. I mean, trans people have existed for, you know, as long as people have existed, people who feel like the body that was given to them they don't identify with. And you can make changes to be able to get closer to a body that you do identify with and feel more comfortable with. Hates that I wear makeup. Sounds like she's got a lot of issues that she should be focusing on herself. But good luck, Goober Boy. I definitely wish you the best. It's a hard path, but luckily you're not alone. You're definitely not alone in this struggle. I think a lot of people are dealing with this right now. Mostly because, like, I think it's just more accepted and there's way more channels now for people who are trans to be able to be on the road to living their best life. You just beat MGS2 on stream. Dude, that fucking ending, man. Can we just talk about how Hideo Kojima fucking... Oh god. Fuck you, Artemis. Dude, like Kojima fucking, like, predicted, like, social media algorithms with the whole, like, you know, Raiden being like, I think I'll be in control of what I know in information, and the Colonel was just like, okay. We'll see about that. And it's true because like we're at a point now where there's so much information out there that it's impossible to even know what's good and what's garbage and what is applicable. You dumb hoe, right? Yeah. You fucking stupid. Raiden, you ignorant slut. I love when Colonel said that line. Please, please, I was trying to get out of there.
Right, what's wrong? Right.
MGS2 is my favorite out of all of them. Yeah, there is a point in MGS2 where Colonel literally tells you to turn off the game console right now. It's okay. It's just a game. It's just a game, just like usual. Is Raiden a himbo? Yeah. I was a butterfly. Yeah. That whole ending is fucking golden. Don't you have anything better to do with your time? I'm sorry I made you pay for lunch. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favorite. It's just like Metal Gear Solid 3 was, I feel like, the best constant experience out of any of the games. Arguably, I really liked Phantom Pain. I know a lot of people thought Phantom Pain was like a little bit weird, but like I loved Peace Walker. Oh my god, all right. Metal Gear Solid 1 is tough. Everything was new. I hated that you couldn't do first-person shooting and stuff like that. Phantom Pain, like, I loved Peace Walker. I loved the almost like arcade nature and like city building kind of aspect that it kind of has, which is weird. Yeah, see, like Twin Snakes seems like the one to do. The weird thing about Metal Gear is like, I honestly could not tell you what the fucking story was now, but like when you are playing it, it's like, you're a fucking like historian. You know exactly what's going on. You're just like, yeah, and then the Metal Gear, and then the Shagahod, and then the blah 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 blah. Right for Metal Gear Solid 6? I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. No!